What is?
I'm in the show. Hi,
Hi,
Monroe.
Monroe. And I had to get back up.
Huh?
Huh? I said we live.
We
We
live, y'all. We
live, y'all. We
live.
live.
Woo! I don't know why it
I
don't
don't
ever
know
work
why it
right
don't
on
ever
my
work right
iPad.
on my iPad. You gotta use Safari.
I did. I
I
did.
did. I did.
Mm, 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 mm.
Mm-hmm.
Safari.
Safari.
Give a few
Give a
more
few more
people a
people a
chance to
chance to
come
come
on.
on.
Mm, 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 mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
That's
intro
my intro
music.
music.
Ah!
Return.
Oh, I should
Oh,
have
I
leaned
should have
back
leaned
like
back
that.
like that. They've been playing that on. I've been watching NBA. Like Return of the Mac.
Oh, because they
Oh, cause
back
they
now.
back now. I guess they've been playing now. Some commercial coming on.
Make sure I'm
Make sure I'm
situated
situated
correctly.
correctly. Yeah, all these five people. Y'all see how situated she is.
Hey,
Hey
y'all.
y'all. Who is it? Who's there? Who's there?
I can't
I
see.
can't see.
I'm turn my
I'm
camera
turning
off
my
for one
camera off for one
second.
second. And don't even tell me there's gonna be no quick show. It's gonna be a quick noise now. Every time you say that, we be on here
It's
4 hours.
gonna be
It's
a
gonna be a
quick show.
quick show. Whatever. Every time you say that, we be on here 4 5 hours.
Now I had to
Now I
give
had
me
to give
some
me some
Dior lip
Dior lip
gloss.
gloss. Oh,
My
I
lips
got
are
something
dry.
for y'all. I got something to
I
show
hope
y'all.
I hope
I
you ain't
hope
got
you ain't
no.
got no,
Now you
not
Dior lip
Dior lip
gloss.
gloss. No, I didn't get mine. Y'all didn't even bring me mine.
We
We
wasn't
wasn't
trying to.
trying to. I was trying to get the lip gloss. Y'all didn't want to give me the lip gloss.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Let me turn my
Turn my
camera
camera
silent. Go.
silent. Go. You doing a lot. You doing a whole lot right there. Yeah. Now I got a new juice. I got a new drink. A new flavor.
What you? Oh, you
Oh,
gonna
you gonna do
do the
the
magic show?
magic show? It ain't magic.
I
It's
think you
just.
should
I think
do
you
it
should do it
live.
live. Well, I need to go over there and boil some because I don't have nothing boiled.
You cut your
You
hair
cut
on
your
live.
hair on
Might as
live.
well
Might as
go on
well
the
go on the
board.
boil.
Go on the
Go on the
board.
boil.
Go on board
Go
the
on boil
tea.
the tea. Well,
Watch me move the
watch me
camera
move the
one more
camera one
time.
more time.
So
So,
Mama
so
can
mama
call me
can
and say,
call me
"Girl,
and say,
would you
"Girl, would
keep
you
that
keep that
camera
camera
still?"
still?" I know. She's like, "Why your camera gotta move all the time?"
Because I was
Because I
trying to
was trying to
situate it, but
situate it,
after
but
you
after
get
you get
live,
live,
you
you
realize, oh,
realize,
I don't like
oh,
the
I
way
don't
you
like the way you
sit.
sit. Bye.
Oh, you took
Oh, you
me out
took
the
me out the
show.
show.
I'm back.
I'm back.
I'm gone
I'm gone
again.
again. Just turn it sideways.
I think
I
that's what's
think that's what's
supposed to
supposed
happen.
to happen. Oh, you don't
Oop,
like that?
they can't see
They
me.
can't see me. I'll do it like that.
I
I
changed
changed
chairs.
chairs. Turn
Look,
up
look,
the man.
I'm gone
I'm
again.
gone again. Y'all, we just probably lost 20 people.
Are you
Are you
serious?
serious? No, I'm just playing.
We had number
We had
five.
number
How you lose
five. How you lose
20
20
out of
out of
from
from five?
from five?
From five. Girl, it was 100 people on here ready to talk to us or ready to. She
Oh
said, "You are
Lord.
echoes." I don't know what she talking about.
Yeah, I do
Yeah, I
hear
do hear
echoes.
echoes. I don't hear it.
I hear it
I
in these
hear it in these
AirPods.
AirPods. Oh, I hear it a little bit.
Yep.
Yep.
So
So
y'all, for the
y'all,
ones
for the
that are
ones that
on
are on
here,
here,
yep, that's
yep,
the
that's
echo
the echo
again.
again.
You think it's
You
the
think it's
phone
the
doing
phone
it?
doing it? I don't know. I don't know where it's coming from. I mean, it's got to be you. I don't have nothing
Okay,
over
well,
here. Okay, well, Ooh, she hung up, left me here. So you know what that means. Let's all have a fruit roll up break here. So tonight we're going to talk about not quitting, because when you're doing small businesses, stuff happens, and when you have when you're trying to push, who's it? That's Stacy Vasson. Stacy Vasson. You know about not quitting, don't you? Y'all, that's my partner. We go way back. So I was there when Stacy 10 years ago. Lord have mercy. I love fruit roll-ups. So, but about 10 years ago, Stacy, you want to get on here? I'm sending you a link and talk to us about not quitting. But y'all, let me tell you, that's one lady I did a lot of work for. And she was ahead of her time, and she was pushing hard, and it paid off though, because she didn't quit. I'm gonna send you a link, Stacy. Oh, here come Linda. I took the show over. Here she come back.
Now, is that working?
Better?
Yep. Hey, CC.
Hey, see.
I done had a fruit roll up while you were gone.
Oh, no, because everything I say, I hear
it
twice.
It's because you got a mic on. You got two things on somewhere.
I turned off the iPad.
Anyway.
Maybe I just turned down.
So I'm finna send Stacy Vasson a link, because she can tell us about not quitting. Stacy Vasson.
All right.
You remember Stacy Vasson? I know the song. StacyVasson.com. Stacy, don't make me find it. Don't make me find it.
Make it find it.
Hair. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
See, when I do it on the iPad, it won't take it.
All right, Stacy, I sent you a link to your messenger. But anyway, tonight, y'all, if I can find y'all.
You lost the people.
There you go. Hey, Chrissy. Two mics. That's what it is. Taryn. She got two mics on.
Where's the other mic?
Whatever you playing, whatever you watching it on, it's what's talking back.
It's not on. It's not even on Facebook.
Well, you got a magic house. And I
got
eat
the
roll-ups today.
house. So should I get off the AirPods?
No, we don't hear it. You hear it.
But do they hear it?
Nope.
Oh, well,
we don't hear it.
I just drive my step crazy.
All right. Sister
You
and
got
brother.
your person.
She'll be here in a minute. But anyway. So what we talking about? You didn't quit.
Finally. Yep. Didn't quit. Took my test 3 times. Passed the third time. Now I'm in the shop doing my apprenticeship. And I've been booked every day since I've been in the shop.
Wow. So now you're doing your feet. You didn't
I'm
do
doing
mine.
feet.
I should have come down there.
I waited. I said, Janice, call Mona.
I should have come down there.
Should have.
Oh.
I had just put the drill up. They had to change.
They do hear the feedback.
They do hear
I don't know why they hear it, because I don't hear it.
Okay.
Is it me?
Well, I'm gonna leave again.
No, don't
Send
leave
me
me.
that.
Don't leave me.
Send me the thing again. I'm gonna see if I can do it better on the iPad.
Let me see. I ain't even hear the echo. Let me see. Stacy Vasson. Oh yeah, it is bad. I didn't know it was that bad. Stacy Vasson. Okay, so yeah, she's gone to her phone be acting retarded every week. But I think it's because I'm the real strength of the show. So it's just meant for me to be on here by myself. So yeah, everybody's texting me, telling me they can hear the feedback. So y'all, am I feeding back? I don't think I'm feeding back. So if I'm not feeding back, then we'll be okay. Taryn says feeding back 3 times. Oh, okay. Well, she'll get back on here in a minute. But look, so what she was saying was, remember we talked about being consistent and sticking with stuff, and she had taken her test for her license to do her nail salon, and she had taken it 3 times, well 2 times, and then she ended up taking the 3rd time, and she finally put it all together and she passed it, and now she's operating in her nail salon under supervisory. She's being supervised. So that's what she's talking about. That she didn't quit because we were just gonna we weren't gonna let her quit, right? Because I mean, that's my job, is keep pushing her and anybody else that is trying to do something so that they can be successful in what they're doing. So that's you know, that's what we have to do for each other. So I know now I see some people on here. He said it was doubled up, but it was clear though. but I see Chris Cynthia, my cousin Chrissy. She's been doing the real estate business, and I see she's not quitting. She's pushing through. And so I know some others of you can probably talk about it. But since I saw Stacey Vason on here, she's going to join us a little later. But she can tell us how she kept going.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Resend it to me, but I'm thinking I switch it.
Switch it to what? Just
because
go in
it
your...
won't come. It won't let me copy. I'm trying to get on the iPad instead of my phone.
I'm saying, what? Send it what? Messenger?
Yeah.
Just open your Messenger. It's still in there.
No. I'm trying to. It won't work on the iPad.
So when am I sending the email to? The thing to?
Well, I'm trying to redo it. Let me see.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Is it him? Is it me, Lord? Is it I?
Okay, better now.
You took the iPods out?
Echo. Yep.
Turn them off, see what happens.
I did turn them off. See? They're off.
No.
You want to turn it out and start it back?
I'm seeing if I hear you now.
Okay. Nothing's on.
No, I still hear you. Is it my computer doing it? Maybe it was my computer doing it. No, because I have to hear you. Oh, Linda.
Huh?
I'm seeing if I hear you now. Ooh, she went away. How do I turn this down? All right. Sorry, y'all. Try it one more time. I was wondering if it was me.
Okay, is this better? I don't think it's echoing. Well, it might.
All right. I don't know why it's doing it this time.
It's still echoing.
All right. Anyway, so I was telling them about your
Okay, is this better? I don't think it's.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yep.
All I can say is hang it up and try it on
Try it again.
Try it on your
iPad.
Yeah. I mean, okay. But why you don't have? You say you don't have Messenger on your iPad?
No, I don't have iPad now.
Well, what are you not on? You don't have Messenger on there?
I switched to the iPad.
Oh, you already switched.
Yep.
And it's still echoing. What if is it me?
Is it you? Should we just take it down and start back up?
I don't want to. I'm trying to make sure.
3.
I'm wondering if I'm hearing you, if they're hearing it through mine. How How about I hang up and come back up? You stay on. Go on, have the show. Let me put you on full. Talk to them. Talk to the people. If
It's
I
still
hang up and it
going.
still work, I know, but I'm gonna hang up and see if it.
So it's just me, y'all. Hi. So, what we were talking about finally, I actually took my test 3 times, and on the third time, I passed it. Each time I took the test, I realized the mistake I was making, or I thought I was making on the test. And on the third try, I said, well, the second time when I looked at it, I said, I'm going to, when I take the test, the ones I know, go ahead and answer those. The ones I don't know, then I'm going to come back to those. So I mark those, and then the computer skip it, and I go to the next one. So then, as I was doing the test, I was going back studying the ones I marked, and then I was like, okay, if those I was unsure about, I would take those and skip those and go to the next one. So that each time I would skip some that I thought I knew and didn't know. Then, as I got through with it, I finished the test. And so when I got through with this second test, I thought I passed everything. I was so excited, and then I realized, okay, didn't pass, but I almost made 100% in certain categories. And so I was like, okay, that was good. That was good. So then on the third time I took the test, I said, okay, God, I'm doing something so wrong on this test. So I was studying the test and reading the test. So I said, let me make sure I'm reading the questions and all that stuff. So I went back and I started reading the questions. In the same section, I failed the first time, 33%. And so then after that, the second time, 33% the same section. That's okay. I got to read something better than what I'm reading because I'm missing the same section. Everything else 50% higher, 60%, all that. So the third time I took the test, I read the question. I say, man, you could have passed this test on the first time because a question had a question about where to put a sign in the shop. And it's two signs that actually supposed to be in the shop, but one was state board regulated. The other one you could just verbally say. And so I answered it. Then they gave me my test on my pass. So I almost got put out the place because I was screaming and hollering because I was so excited. But other people were taking tests. I said, "Let me hear, get out of here." So I got my test and I went back to work, acting like I didn't pass the test. And I called my friends in the office and told them, "Y'all, I can't do this anymore. I'm tired." Just acting like I'm crying and all this stuff. Then they were like, "Well, we're gonna pay for the test. We'll pay for the test because you're gonna take it again." And so I said, "Well, you don't need to since I passed the test." So by the time I got kind of beat up, a whole bunch of people got hit a couple of times, but I passed the test, and it felt really, really good to actually take the test and pass the test. And it was something I've been wanting to do for a while. And it's like a friend of mine told me that's no longer here. He said, if it's something you want to do, you'll push through it. And so I got a chance to actually understand that a little bit better working this shop for these past few days. And so, and it seems like, oh, it's just nothing to go in there, set the shop up, put the little stuff in there. It's a lot of little stuff. You got to have all those, like the toenail separators. You got to have enough emery boards and all this stuff. And the people that do nails, you would actually you understand what I'm talking about. The little tedious little bitty things. It's almost like somebody's cake decorating. You got to have certain piping tools and all those things to do a cake and all that stuff. But I got a chance to do a customer that wasn't a family member Friday, and it took a little bit longer than what I thought, but I improved the next day. So what I did to push myself, I put the timer on my phone, and I was timing myself, and when I did it, I got better, and I set little goals for myself yesterday to say, okay, you got to do better what you did Friday, and then so I have 2 more customers on Monday, then I have another customer Tuesday. So my clientele is picking up, and this is all in my apprenticeship, and so I have to do a certain amount of hours before the end of October, and so I have 300 of them to go, and I was thinking, I said, well, maybe I just wait till the 1st of August and do all this stuff. But there was actually work that needed to be done in the shop to get ready for the 1st of August. And so, because I didn't even wait those few little days, I actually got 16 hours in that go toward my 300 hours. And so, what I'm trying to get myself to where I don't put off or wait to the last minute, stuff like that. Because actually, when you work with having clients coming in, they have a schedule, and to actually have somebody coming in, you have to make sure you're setting the schedule correctly, all those different things. So people that are starting their own business or have their own business, you already know what it means to have your clientele ready, lined up, and all this stuff. And if you see where you need to book and have 30, I had 30 minutes spaced in between, but if you see where you need 45 minutes, you need to do that, because sometimes things happen and people do run a little bit behind, but you want to make sure you're ready when they get there. And if you have enough cushion time in between that you can still see the person, then you do that. Other than that, you keep going. Um, but a lot of times um, people are able to see what they're doing and get things going. Um, Hold on one second. Let me see where I got a comment real quick. So people are actually trying to get into do their business to make sure. I'm sorry to read. Okay, so a lot of times you want to make sure that you're doing what people. I'm sorry, I got off track real quick because that's somebody was trying to give me a message to do. But you want to make sure you have your timing right and make sure that you're able to do um, your work according to the ability and the speed you can do it. So if we have any questions or anything or comments about anything, let me know and I'll read those as we do it. But the journey was it was tough because I was working a regular job, 8 to 5. A lot of people know that, and then to do this. So now, one thing I like about what I'm trying to do with the salon is that most salons close at 7, and my goal is not to be closed at 7. My goal is to close at 9, so that we can catch people who get off at 5, and they don't have to rush and try to figure, oh, can I catch the salon? Can I do this? Because that few minutes of relaxation, that hour or so that a person may need after they get through working a hard shift or something like that, is very valuable. And I want to make sure that I have that service to offer people to help people as well. Um, I actually got a chance to like I said, go in the shop and set up everything, and got a chance to experience how to set it up, how to set up the shop, and do those things. So I am under um, a licensed cosmetologist that is walking me through a lot of things, and I appreciate her helping me. And she allows me to ask all the questions I need to make sure that I'm successful in what I'm doing. Because after the 300 hours, I have to go take the final test to be able to do um, the practicum, so I can actually receive my license. And if everything goes well, I'll be through with it in October to be able to do all of that. So, trying to see if we got any questions because I'm trying to read both of them at the same time. So, thank you, Carolyn. I appreciate you. So, if you have questions or anything, I'll like to answer them for you or have anything. So, I started when I started nail school. I um I started right after I graduated from U of M. When I graduated from U of M, I went right back to nail school, and it was like a lot of work going, like going from school back to another school, trying to get everything done because there's still so many things that have to have to be done to get to that point. I tell people sometimes I said we're not a doctor, but we have to. Boy, you stupid. We have to do a lot of stuff. We still poke and probe and dig and all that stuff, and so it's you got to be really careful. And the implements, what we call the tools, what you have to do, you have to make sure those are clean and sterilized, and they have a certain amount of time. They sit in the solution, all those things, and so that's what I pay attention to. So then after taking this class, and I go to a nail shop, I'm like, not coming back to you. I saw your pocket. That's not coming out of a solution or anything. that's supposed to be sterile. That's not
Your internet connection messing up. And it's me again. I know y'all are so happy. But your internet connection dropping or something.
Let me see.
There you go. You well, it wasn't you the first time, it was me the first time. So there are a couple of questions somebody want to know.
Turn my camera on. I'm just having problems tonight, huh?
No, the first time wasn't you though. The first time was me. Yeah. You want to dial back in with your iPad? Or your iPhone, whatever it was. It's a pretty picture though. But y'all, I can tell you, she was down there with her shop yesterday, and it was fun to see her actually have clients, like she said, that were not family members, because your family always supports you, but it's good. It's always fun to have people that you don't know supporting you. I remember when I had a couple of businesses going, that when people walk in, it's like, how you hear about us? Just trying to figure out, like, that, wow, somebody came up here and didn't have anything to do with, me being related or something. So I know that does feel good.
It's scary. It's weird because when I did, I can say this, but when I did my first customer Friday, now pedicure not really supposed to last an hour and a half, but it did. And so, but you can actually make it last as long as the customer wants it, but for time's sake and scheduling, you don't want to be an hour and a half. But I think a good pedicure should be 45 minutes to an hour. That's 30 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on what service, because you can get some extensive pedicures that actually can get where you're doing the stones and clay and all of that stuff like that. So some of those services may take a little longer. But doing it was it's fun. I thought I was gonna be tired. I got over the nervousness because I'm like, hey, I didn't have anybody else to do the job but me, so I had to figure it out. So I utilized my phone. If you're gonna pay for a phone with all this stuff on it, you might as well use it. And so I set my timer in my little drawer and had it where I could see it, so that I had a time for an hour and different things like that. So it kept me on track to know what I needed to do.
Somebody wants to know how many questions were on the test.
70.
Okay.
70 questions, and you get 90 minutes to answer the questions. And so the thing is, they can ask you a question and it'll be the same question 2 or 3 times, but it asks you in 3 or 4 different ways, seem like. And so you have to make sure when they give you the packet, you study in a packet of probably 1,000 questions, but you don't know what you're going to get the question on. You got to know disinfection. They have that disinfectant section for a while. It's a lot of stuff. And the stuff I'm learning now, I can also use that with Corona going on. Man, you learn some tips about a lot of stuff. And you use Barbicide for a lot of stuff. Once you spray it, it sits there for 10 minutes, then you wipe it up. You done disinfected a whole bunch of stuff. But you still got to wash stuff and soak stuff. And it's a lot of different things. And if you're not a person that wants to do all of that, that might not be the thing for you to do. If you don't want to, because it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff you got to do, but it's exciting, and you get to talk to people, and it gives them a chance to know you. They want to know what made you get into it and stuff like that. So it's fun. It's fun.
Now, so Linda, what I did, so I saw Stacy. I know Stacy Vason. Now, she doesn't necessarily run a nail shop. She does hair. I'll let her explain. She might do way more than she did back when I was working with her. But Stacy Vason was one of my early clients that I used to do a lot of video work for. And we did a whole bunch of work together. And I met her through somebody else, but I'm gonna bring her on. This is
Hey
Stacey. Oh,
guys,
Hi,
hey,
Miss Stacy.
how
You
are
got to put the
you?
logo, Mom.
yeah,
Hey, Miss Stacy.
Hey
yeah.
there, how are you?
Fine. How are you?
Good.
So this is my sister Linda, and she has just
I know
passed her.
Linda.
You know Linda? Okay, good. I can remember if you
Y'all
knew
say
her.
I know her.
Yeah, and she did her just finished her getting her first part of her license for her nail salon,
Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
and you got the phone moving ministry like she got.
Well, we got to get it right because it looks right. Then once
It
you
looks
start moving,
weird from my point of view, so I
Yep.
was just trying to get it. All right.
What if we do it like that?
Okay, that's better.
All right, all right. You lean that way. Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna
Okay.
yeah,
lean
you
this
trying
way.
to fix it.
All right.
I need to be close to a plug over here because I don't have any juice. Okay, what is
Oh,
it we're
hold on.
talking?
That's your sister.
All right, I'm bringing back.
Kamara always have 1% on his
Okay.
phone.
I'm bring her back so she don't have to move so much. All right.
She
So
said she's trying
anyway,
to get close to her plug.
yeah, I know that. That's why she's staying leaning on the everlasting
I'm
wall.
leaning.
Want me
Exactly.
laying with you?
Lean with it. Rock. Oh, sorry.
Rock with it. Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
So what are we talking about?
So the title is "It Can Be Done. Just Don't Quit. Never Give Up." And so she was talking about how she took her 3 times to pass her initial test, so she can go ahead and get in her shop and start getting her 300 hours to finalize her license. So just talking about she didn't quit, and she started preparing, and now
I wanted to, though.
yeah. Yeah. How did that process go for you, Stacey?
Okay, here's the thing about not wanting to quit. You having a human experience, trying something new, and sometimes you're going to come across obstacles that you just can't figure it out on your own. That's why
Right.
it's good to network and talk to other people who are going through the same thing you're going through or doing what you want, what they're doing, what you want to do. Number one. Number two, we're in a stage in life that nobody expected, right?
Right.
So a lot of times with not giving up, you may have to be creative. And you may end up not only reaching out for professional help in terms of people in your industry, you may need to reach out for psychological help because when you're thriving in your business and something happens to throw you off and you've never experienced it before, it can cause psychological damage. I mean, seriously, it can cause psychological, especially when you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. So you know where you are psychologically, emotionally, professionally, financially, and you know where you need to get help. Ask for help because you do not have to do it alone, number one. Number two, you don't have to lose your mind in the process of doing it either. So.
Yeah. Now, Stacey, I remember. Now you had to catch me up because last time I remember you made your own product. You had your own products, and you were moving your products. And
yes,
I know you were working. You even located how to. You did all the research on how to find the the provider, the maker, the bottler, and everything.
The manufacturer.
Yeah.
And
then I saw you on TV for a while. You were doing episode on the news on the morning shows. You were doing that. And so how did you keep reinventing yourself to make the next level?
Okay, so the part about being to reinvent yourself, you almost have to be fearless because being fearless means that you're not afraid to fail.
Right.
You're willing to put your best foot forward and understand that it's a 50-50 chance you'll get it. It's a 50-50 chance you won't. But you better bet on yourself getting it and putting your best foot forward. With my hair care product line, I did the necessary research I needed to do in order to develop my products, brand it, create a name for it. I did 3 years of research before I launched my product line. As far as the television segments on ABC 24, I negotiated my own contract, so you have to do research on how to negotiate, how to get what you want. It's material out there. You have to educate yourself on how to do the thing that you want to do because you can't step out. You can, but I wouldn't advise you to step out there and want something, but you're not good at it. No, you need to be good at it. You need to perfect your skill. So when you step up to the plate, you got something to offer, and it'll be hard to turn you down. So I negotiated my own contract with ABC 24, and I created my own platform. But again, I knew what I wanted. I was good at. I was able to deliver 100% and execute what I said that I'm able to do. So preparation and being good at what you do.
Now I agree with you on preparation, having it, because because what we do is a customer service thing, and you want to make sure you're, because the ringer don't want to go off.
I'm trying my best. Sorry.
So, because the thing is, what I've experienced going to places, sometimes they're not ready, or the thing is, you get there and they're still setting up or waiting for you to get, and so that's the thing I learned. Even when we were in class, we went to September Nails, and she taught us that. She says to always prep as much as you can before you get there. And so what I picked up, what I've learned from her, I set my clients up for the next day. So I have everybody ready, so when they get there. So preparations is always, having stuff prepped is always ready. It's always good.
I agree, because in this, I'm saying this, but I have people that will back it up. Customer service is most important.
Right.
I value my customers' time.
Right.
Number one. Number two, I know what I'm doing in terms of providing a service for them. That's in any service, whether you're in the business industry or not. If you have a client, be able to know what you're talking about, know their needs, so that you are able to not only give them what they came there for, but you're also able to upsell other products and services.
Right.
That's by knowing your customer, though. You have to know your customer. And your customer has to respect you enough to know what you're talking about, where whatever you suggest is in their best interest to invest in.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
And now I'm gonna tell you something else I liked about Stacey. I said something else I liked about Stacey was her pricing to me was always right. You know how you have some people in small business, they're doing it so cheap, and like, but when I met Stacey, she was already doing like high level hair. So I don't know if how long it took you to get there, but when I met you, the videos I saw and the stuff that I was recording were like, I was like, man. And I have a lot of sisters, so I know what good hair looked like. And I was like, yeah, she really knows.
Mine is in cornrows right now.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Monroe. This is the thing about how I built my business. I built my business intentionally. I didn't randomly build it. When I first got out of cosmetology, I went to cosmetology school when I was in high school. In 1986, 85, I graduated from high school, and I finished cosmetology school. I had a plan. I knew that the hair industry wasn't going to be the legacy I left, but I knew it was going to give me a good head start. I knew that from the beginning. I knew that in 1986. When I came out the gate in Detroit, Michigan, because that's where I'm from, I said, where do I want to start? It was a salon on the west side of Detroit. It was called Sabatino's. It was an all-white salon. The top hairstylists, men, they worked there. They dressed every day in Armani suits doing hair, getting paid top dollars. Didn't get a drop of color on their suits. All white salon in Peck. I said, I'm working there. I went in there, talked my way in. He said, Stacey, we don't have a place on the main floor, but we can put you in the back. I called it a dungeon. I said, you can put me back in the dungeon long as I'm under the roof to learn from the best. I wasn't concerned about where I was. And they could have put me in the basement. I didn't care. I wanted to be in the house with the great stylists of Detroit, Michigan. And that's where I was. And that got me a major platform for when we gave hair shows at the Fox Theater, that sellout crowd. That gave me a spot on the stage, because I surrounded myself around the movers and shakers in the industry in Detroit, Michigan. Find a way to get where you need to be with people doing great things. Even if they put you in the basement, get in the basement, baby. You just want to be under the roof. Get in the basement. It don't matter. You want to be under the roof, under that energy, under that power. I don't care where the power is. It's the truth.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I'll never forget it. And they put me in the back. It was a little narrow spot. It wasn't even decorated. He said, I'm gonna sit. I said, I don't care. Give me some plugs. I'm gonna work here. And every chance I went up to the front and they taught me the very best. I am an impeccable hair cutter with precision in 15 minutes flat. That because of that reason. Because of that reason. I took 3 years. Didn't make the money I made. I kept pouring it back into the business. I learned from Paul Mitchell with Paul Mitchell Associates. Everything they taught about color. I perfected color. You have to invest in yourself and in what you say you want to do. You have to. You have to. It is no other way around. If you want to be exceptional.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to a friend the other day, and I was telling him my next business venture. And he said, "Boy, what you finna do now? You can have 100 businesses." But I am starting in November. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I'm gonna be doing something. And he was right. He was like, "Well, that's ordinary. Like, that's just regular. Everybody doing that." But we came up with an idea that will make it different. And so I'm still gonna do it in November, but it's gonna be better now because I talked to Kenny Burnett. Kenny always coming through here at the right time.
Kenny Burnett at St. Jude.
Yeah. And
he was coming over there giving you advice when
that's right. I think Kenny always pop up right at the right time.
Exactly.
I think you over here today. He came to buy some juice, some ginger juice, Monroe's brew, by the way. But
you ain't got nothing on here tonight.
Yeah, put your plug in. That's
right. But he plug his stuff in.
But he came by, and so it'll be something good and different. But November the 30th, I have some. I mean, November 3rd, December the 1st is when we're gonna try to open up. So it'll be in my building, and because we have a couple of spaces that are coming up, and I'm going to use them for my own thing. So, but I'm excited.
And I have some new things coming
up.
Too.
What's going? Yeah.
And that, I'm not going to talk about them because it's not time to talk about it. But I want to make a point. Okay. I'm working on something new and taking my career down a new path. I finished the whole project. And after looking at the whole project, I looked at it and said, is this really you? And the answer is no. So I had to do away with it and start over again. So my point is, sometimes you may have to start again and again and again until you nail it. And you'll know when you nail it because it'll feel right to you.
Yeah. Did you find yourself having to take more pride? Sorry, let me switch back to it. Take more like I don't want to say that you never took pride, not yourself. I'm saying as people in small businesses that you find yourself having to put a higher level of care about your business, because I know it was times when I did video. My video business remind me of kind of what you said about your hair thing. I kind of was doing it so early. My cousins had video switchers and all that kind of stuff back in Mississippi, and I was like, "Oh, I want to do that." And so my dad helped me, do my business with the equipment I had. And then when I got a little older, he let me take a loan and buy the equipment I needed. And I was just doing it because I was the only one in my age. My age kind of helped people. Let me try that little young boy. And so, but I found where I had to start caring about my business more because it was coming so easy. I really wasn't the best, but I was good. But I could have been better because it was just coming so easy. I didn't put a lot of care and pride into it. So I found myself having to, get stronger about what I was doing, put some structure and some systems to it. So when did that happen for you?
I was prideful about my business. When I said prideful, I valued what I had to offer and valued my customers. Does that make sense? I never got to the point where I thought I was so good that it should have been a privilege for a client to come to me or something like that. No, never. I will never get there because here's the thing. They don't have to come to you. I don't care how good you are because you're not the only good one. You know what I mean? Right. It's many of you. So I never got to the point where I was prideful. I've always taken pride in my actual hands-on work and what I had to offer. Oh, absolutely. From the beginning, I wanted to offer the best customer service. I wanted to offer the best hairstyles and haircuts. I wanted to be able to resolve hair and scalp issues like no other. I wanted to be recommend it, because understand, this is another good point. For the first, because I've been in this industry 20 some years, I did not start using business cards until I had my product line. And I've had my product line since 2010. I've been doing hair and professional since 1986. I did not do any promotions. Any. I didn't have any business cards.
And that's because
your best marketing tool, if you ain't got but one client, send that one client out there with something that they can talk about or they can recommend to you. You know, that they can send recommendation. That's your best marketing tool, putting work out there that people can see.
Yeah.
Because see, I would do clients, if I did a client that worked at FedEx, laid her hair, you know how many her co-workers gonna come to me? That's the way that works. Or if I did one individual, one young lady, she got 5, 6 sisters and 3 or 4 friends. Where they going? They coming to me. You know,
so as your clientele, did you have other people work with you, or was it just you?
Did I have a salon? It was just me. I was independent. I never wanted a salon environment like that. That has never been my desire.
So how did you control like the volume as it grew to keep it where, you know, because like you said, more referrals. I know people get their hair done every 2 weeks, different things like that. So I know that part is kind of easy, but if you get 50 new clients that in 2 weeks, you know.
Well, I can't, it'll never, my clientele or my time will never get out of control because you have them schedule it online. And you're booking, if it takes you an hour and a half to do a shampoo curl and a retouch, color retouch, you need to book that. And don't go over that time, because here's what happens is if you do like Square, for example, if you do Square to pay for your people to pay, you can actually see after 6 months or even a year, see how much you get paid per hour.
Okay.
And that's what you got to look at. How much money and am I getting paid per hour when you start looking at the volume that you have? And you have to manage it that way.
Okay.
So I think in 2007 or 8, before then, I was working long hours, 15, 20 clients a day like that. I said, hold on, I need to pull back. As I moved on, I was going to pull back. So I went to part-time and I did the numbers. Numbers don't lie. If you say you want to make $100,000 a year, how many clients and what service do you have to provide per week in order to get that done, and per month in order to accomplish that?
That's
do the numbers. And then what you do is, say, for example, if you got to have 5 demi colors a week, okay, you need to upsell that. When every shampoo and style, every shampoo and shampoo, blow dry, and curl come in there, you need to be upselling the color. You need to be upselling a haircut. You need to be upselling some extensions. You need to be upselling something in order to make your numbers. I'm not saying I'm not saying offer someone something that they don't need. No, that's not what I'm saying. But you can always say, you know, I've been thinking about giving you some highlights. Let me show you a couple of pictures. I think this will work great on you. It's a good change. It's good for the summer. Always look forward to how your client can transform over time and look better since she's been with you, whether it's your nails, hair, makeup, or whatever the case may be.
Gotcha. Yeah. That was good for me.
Yeah, look, make me want to get back in business. That
was good.
You have to do your numbers.
Yeah, I was telling somebody the other day, they don't use Square themselves. They use a similar system, and I was happy to hear him tell me that he could see what he's making now. Because I said, how can you grow if you don't know what you even make? Because he was getting paid cash sometimes, app sometimes cash, and so you put in your pocket, you paying people, and then you say when you go home, you say, "Oh, this is how much I got left," you know. And so you can't you can't track it. And so
and see, when you make cash with Square, you can put in
that
you got paid cash, because you know how that works. That when you see what you're making per hour, say, for example, somebody say, hey, we want you to come and speak. And you're like, I don't know what to charge. Yes, you do. You know how much you're worth per hour. Look at your cash app. That's your worth per hour. That'll give you a starting point.
Yeah. That's what we were talking about the other day,
for 30 minutes, this is how much it's going to cost me, not including travel and food and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? That gives you a starting point. If you say, I don't know how much, yes, you do. Figure out how much you make overall and then break it down to per hour.
Yeah. So, Stacey, was it a time when you ever felt like when you were trying to figure out your how you were going to manufacture your product, or that you said, oh, this is too much, I'm getting out of this? Now, maybe not out of the whole industry, but I'm saying like, oh, forget this, you know, because how tough was that?
Okay, so life is going to be life, and you're going to have a human experience. We can't be kids. We can't have temper tantrums every time we have a hard time or we don't feel good or things ain't going our way. I mean, we have to grow up at some point. And I think entrepreneurship grows you up in a way like nothing else can. Well, children and being married grow you up too, but entrepreneurship grows you up in a way, because what you realize is you're going to have to man up or woman up. I don't care how you feel. I don't care how bad of a day you had. I don't care how you feel like you want to give up. You still got to show up. That's a part. If you get in your mind that sometimes you're going to want to give up more than you're going to want to give on, keep going. Not only that, there's evidence that you should give up and not keep going. Okay. That gets even rougher, and you have to make up your mind. I don't care. I see the vision for myself. I see it clearly, and I got to keep going towards it. And understand, you're going to have bad days. You are. Life is not going to go well all the time. Here's the deal. If you do nothing in life, life is not going to go well all the time.
Yeah.
Period. You know? So just imagine owning a business and being responsible for day-to-day flow and cash flow and things like that. Of course, as you gain more responsibility in different areas of your life, things are going to collide a little bit. Unexpected things are going to come up. And you just got to keep pushing and get a support system. You have to get a support system, because what you'll find is this: the most successful people in the world has gone through the same thing you've gone through. You ain't going through nothing new. Everybody who have succeeded have wanted to give up, have lost money, have had, have the ebb and flow of life. They've experienced it. So you're not going through anything that anybody else that you deem successful have gone through. And I strongly suggest, I do a lot of reading. Read people's life story. It will blow your mind. It's like, oh my God, they went through all of that. And here I am crying about not being able to pay a light bill at my business. I'm a day behind my light bill. And they went through that, and they persevered anyhow and made it.
I was thinking about when you were talking about using Square. Another thing people don't realize is that when you do get your business big enough, you're going to have to make some. I remember when I had to start making large purchases, like buying a $1,000 camera, or moving into doing or where I am now, doing a $250,000 renovation. And I was like, oh my God, I got to sign this paper for a loan. How I'm going to pay this back? But I'm going to tell you that Square and putting your money in the bank, you have to have a history of your income, about what you're making, about what you're doing. And if you don't, that when you go to the bank and they say, oh, let me see what you've done, let me see your financials, that helps you when you start putting that money into Square, into other things, so that you can actually document what you're doing.
And here's the thing, Monroe, with this coronavirus, if you ain't got no documentation that you even own a business, you can't get
right.
You just might as well, borrow for some friends or struggle it out. But because you tried to cut corners, you can't beat the system. Let's get understanding on that. You can't beat the system. The system is it's just one of them things that you rather work with them.
That's right.
You rather work with them.
And it's made for us to be entrepreneurs. I mean, the way the world is done, and that we're trying to survive in a business that as a business owner, it's made for us to be entrepreneurs. That's why you get the most breaks when you do your taxes. That's why you get more breaks when you purchase things. They let you write those things off, knowing that you're gonna benefit from it at the end of the year, when it's time for you to pay your taxes. They excuse some of those purchases, knowing that you invested in your business. So I even tell people that are just doing small babysitting and stuff like that, start a business, get a chapter, get your class, what is it, Schedule C, so that you can actually claim those deductions, because that helps you get more on your taxes. It helps you excuse that percentage for your business, the gas, that percentage of your house that you use for the office, stuff like that. And it starts to make it where you can actually benefit more than just somebody living out the pocket. Oh, I did.
And investors too.
Right.
Partners. They want to see that you're able to do what you said that you can do.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm glad to see you still, doing what you do now. Where are you located? What are you doing now? I put your website up there, but what else are you doing?
I got new projects going. I can't talk about it yet.
That's all right.
You still doing hair though?
No, I'm out the salon temporarily because of coronavirus.
Okay. Well, I mean, I know you big time. You can do that. You can take a break.
I don't know about all that, Monroe, but I receive it.
Yeah.
I receive it.
I mean,
thank you. I appreciate you guys for inviting me on. I was going to just
you're going to hear from me again.
You guys were talking about.
Yeah. Well, no, I know you knew. I mean, your level. I mean, I had a lot of clients, so I had a lot of people that came to a video and stuff. But when you came in, it was all this level of perfection. It wasn't like, some people come in, do what you want to do. And I'm little Monroe, and I'm a video guy. What I know about doing hair, you was like, Monroe, nope, I need this light right here. You can't get the camera over here. You can't move the camera like this. You can't. And so you kind of directed your recording.
You have to know. That's a good point, Monroe. You have to know what you want. You have to be clear on what you want. Even with, and I stress this so much, you have to know what you want, because otherwise people will have you going back and forth, or even giving you something that you don't even want. And then you end up in a place wasting money, number one. Number two, ending up in a space that you never intended to end up anyway, because
I did charge her.
Yeah, you charged me, and I didn't mind paying.
And he never haggled with my prices. Whatever I said, she was like, "Okay, that's what it costs."
Because I got my product the way I wanted it, and he edited it to perfection. You know, so and again, be prepared and know what you want. Even with the television station, they had to call me, and I didn't even work for them. This was my segment, and they said, "Stacy, we are not a major network. You trying to do major network productions? You got to bring it down." You know what I mean? So, and understand, I do not have a college degree. I do not have a background in journalism. Everything that I know, I have taught myself. So when you say, "Well, I don't have this," there's no reason why you don't have it. There's no reason why you don't know. There's no reason why you do not know, other than you are not going to get your information. Right. I researched what it took to have a television show. I started my research when I was before I got to Monroe, on how to video edit and what they should look like and how I wanted to represent my brand. I knew that before I got there. Do your research. Do your research. That is so important. So you clear on number one, what's available, and clear on what you want, because people respect you a lot more when you come to them crystal clear on what you want and what you want to get out of it. Okay.
I'm just texting. I'm putting in what you said on the page. I was typing like you was talking.
Okay.
Yeah. You got any more questions?
I don't know. That was good. I'm gonna have a one-on-one with you.
Sure. I'll be glad to. Yeah.
Look, I need to know your feet before I get to you, though.
No. You're fine. You're fine.
No, but I agree with what you're saying. My husband, he's so excited. He bought me a square. I said, I haven't started yet. So he already purchased the square and all this stuff. So, and then I did find the app on Apple called Setmore, Setmore. And it tells you some of the stuff you were saying. So when it tells me to put my service, the service I'm providing, and the amount in there, and so it also will be where a client can go online, like you're saying, and do it. Once I receive my license, I'm gonna go further into that with that particular app. But I can whenever I make an appointment for somebody, I click the service in, then it tells me how much their appointment is, and then it will tell me what my projected amount of money I should make for, like if I make appointments for a week, it tell me what my projected amount is for that week,
Yeah.
and all of that. And so I shared that out with a friend of mine. She does event planning, and she's doing very, very good. She's doing really great.
Yeah.
And so when you were talking about the hours and stuff like that, that was something we had talked about day before yesterday. How much it costs to do this? How much it costs to do that? How much time does it take you to drive somewhere? All those things add that up, and then when you do it, that's the price you put with that particular line item. And then when somebody asks you, then you can say this how much it is, but give them that. And then if you decide to discount it after they tell you everything they want, then you can discount it or give them a break on something, but always give them that price first and let them make their decision for that.
And here's the thing about discounts when it comes to
everybody looking for one.
I didn't discount my services. I didn't believe in it. That's just me. That's just me. That's me. Does that mean you shouldn't discount your service? If that's what you want to do, absolutely. But I did not discount my services.
I believe.
I'll discount a product, but my services, I just didn't discount it.
Right.
No, I never have. I never have. It's just something that for me, it did not work well with my business model and what I felt in terms of. Now, you can discount and say, okay, with Shampoo and Style, you'll get a shampoo, you get a sample shampoo and conditioner or something like that, or wrap cap, or do something like that as an incentive. And I'm not saying don't discount your services. I'm just saying, think about it. Make sure that's what you want to do.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because it make sure it's what you want to do.
Right.
That's one thing.
Because everybody does look for a discount, and they don't think about the hard work you're going through to fix the product that they want.
It's not their job to think about it. It's your job to think about that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right. So I understand what you're saying about don't discount yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Right. I understand everything you're saying about discounts. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So just think about it. And
everybody's listening. Y'all be careful with them discounts.
Just do it kind of tactfully. Because what you'll find is people want premium. They want premium. They do. They want premium. They just do. And when I said people, there is a population of people who want premium. Because they feel like if they don't pay enough for it, they're not getting, what they work. Because they'll say, well, you pay $50 to go over there and get your extensions, and you pay Stacy $1,000. I got but you still got your hair on your head. Your extensions last a long time. All kind of benefits that come with my pricing, and I guarantee my work. My work is guaranteed.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's a guarantee on my work. So be careful with the discounting. Be very careful, because then you'll say, well, they don't realize. They're not supposed to realize what you put in it. You're supposed to realize what you put in it and know your value. That's very important. Know your value. Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha on that. Know your value.
And some clients you may have to get rid of. You're gonna learn that too.
But how do you do that? You just don't have my schedule so packed.
No, you have to be honest. People like
just tell me, hey, I don't think this relationship gonna work.
No, what I've done is this. We're not compatible as stylists and customer. However, I have a list of 3 people that I think will be able to service you a lot better than I can.
Gotcha.
It's because you don't want to put it on them. It may be that the relationship just doesn't mesh, and and you're trying to make it work, and it's like, when I see you coming, I get a headache. I can't work like that. I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that, of course. But again, and when they come, they feel some kind of way. But for some reason, it's like a toxic relationship between stylist and client that somebody got to break.
Yeah.
Somebody got to break it. And just say, I know somebody who can better service you because I've hit my max on what I can provide for you. Here's a list. Here's their name, number, and address, and and refer them somewhere where someone's going to take care of them.
Correct.
Because I've done that. Yeah, I've done that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Now, Stacey, I appreciate you getting on here and sharing it. And people watch this throughout the week, and I'm sure they'll get some pointers from it. And I know you helped me look in my old entrepreneur age.
I don't say that, Monroe. You got experience, and people are watching you, and it may be someone older than you that's got to start over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So be careful what you say because people are listening.
Yeah, I got you. Well, I appreciate it. Look, I get on here and Linda has some good stuff all the time, and I try to time in my stuff. But it's definitely.
But don't underestimate your stuff, Monroe. Share what you have tons of knowledge. Stop acting like you don't.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
You got a lot of knowledge and experience that you can share that'll make a difference in a person's life. Really.
Yeah. All right.
That will matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So next time I'm gonna ask you questions about how you did what you did, because your story is wonderful. While you were in college, you learned you was telling me you was doing something while you was in college with the computers or something. What were you doing?
I was programming,
programming. And you made money. Do you know how many college students now got to be very resourceful?
Yeah.
And you can give them tons of ideas that's watching this.
Yeah.
Those same tools that you use are applicable today that can make a difference in a person's life.
Yeah.
So don't underestimate what you have to offer.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you sharing. I'm sure you helped a bunch of folks that was listening. So
I love you.
Got a lot of knowledge.
I tell Monroe he's my brother from another mother because his mama spoils him. Your mama, y'all's mama.
Look, before Linda say something.
But it's good to see you, Monroe. It's good to see you doing well. Tell your wife I said hello. You tell your mom I said hello.
All right. Thank you so much, Stacey.
She might still be
I
on here.
appreciate you guys.
All right. Good night. Yeah.
That was good. I learned a lot from her.
Pastor Stacey Vasson. Amen.
She was preaching the doors of the church is open.
Look, you would have thought that girl was my sister, one of my sisters. Some days we used to go edit, girl. We used to be in there trying to figure that. I said, Stacey, the camera can't even do that. She said, no, I done seen it. She'll find the video, pull it up and show it to me. Then here I am trying to figure out how to do what she's talking about. But we used to figure it out. But if y'all want to see some good videos of her stuff, I mean, I have some. There are some. I'll throw a couple of links on from that I did. But she used to do makeovers and all kind of stuff that really. I mean, she was ahead of her time. I'm telling you, she was doing that stuff like before people were really doing that for their salons, and that really helped her. I know because you could see the work she did. So,
but her saying she didn't care where they put her,
Yeah, right.
That made a difference too, because I told you where I was gonna be, even though you said I wasn't gonna be in your building. But I told you
you did.
I prayed. I said, when it's time, I bet you if I'm supposed to be in there, I'm gonna get in there.
Yeah.
I was on Amazon trying to find the chairs and all this stuff. Amazon had these chairs, and hey, I was gonna buy one at a time.
Yeah.
And do what I had to do to try, because you get scared, but you gotta try it. You gotta get out there and try it. After I got past Friday, I was pretty good. And then I got to Saturday, and then so you gotta get out there and try it. But I agree with what she said about the discounting and stuff, because I think if you come in doing that, people start, oh, she'll discount or she'll do this or do that. My thing is, I know some people you want to, when it comes to family and stuff, you want to kind of do stuff. And I think you should put that price in how it's going to be. and then, like she said, discount a product versus your time.
Yeah, because the value of your time should be the same all the time. So
yeah, the product, I get what she's saying, because the thing is, you probably can find it cheaper, and then if you say, "Oh, I can discount and get a cheaper product to do this or do something like that," but you always want your quality to be the same, to be a good product and be whatever it's supposed to be, because I want to be good at what I do. It's been told to me, prophesied to me that it's going to be great, and I feel that myself. And so to do it, and then somebody asked me the other day how did I do it. It was because working on Daddy's feet when he was sick. And the thing is, if the cancer had him so sick sometimes, but rubbing his feet seemed like it rejuvenated him and gave him a little more ways to relax.
Well, Dad used to say gumption.
Yeah, give him some more gumption. It's like you got some gumption in yourself.
Yeah,
so,
put some gumption in them.
And then, but rubbing his feet made him relax more and do all stuff. He ain't go running or nothing, but he said, "Baby girl, what makes you want to rub people's feet?" And I'm like, well, because I rub his feet, he'll go to sleep when he'll be comfortable, And so I'm like, okay, if this works for him, then somebody's feet, because you don't get another pair of feet. You can get some more knees, but you can't get more feet.
Right. Well, I appreciate you sharing your how you didn't quit, though. I mean,
I wanted to. I told you, if I didn't pass that third time, that was it.
Yeah,
I was gonna go back to catering.
Oh my goodness!
But since Corona happened, I got all these new caterers. I said, "Nah, I ain't getting out there with them. They
don't care. Everybody's selling some food now. We ain't gonna talk about that tonight, though.
They're doing too much. So I said, I know I ain't getting back into that.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you sharing. I'm gonna hang this thing up.
Thank you for joining my show.
Oh Lord.
Don't be no hater. Don't be no hater. Bye.
Bye, y'all.